But anyways, while we wait for my Pro Controller to charge, I just wanted to show y'all something came in the mail today. I got a new hard drive, 2 terabytes for bigger videos, so I can upload more and download more games so I can stream more.
Nova Online and Tophiachu, a match made in Discord. Now we all know who Nova Online is. The French onion soup loving, Sailor Moon cosplaying guy who just makes your stomach churn anytime you see that hair. But we don't know anything about Tophiachu yet. Now maybe you do from other channels, but here at I'm Large Incorporated, we haven't dove into the horrific history of Tophiachu. Now Tophia Slidell, or Tophiachu as she's known on the internet, is a very controversial person. She's been accused of many different things, but 2 of the big ones is that she's a massive racist towards Hispanics and that she was caught watching Asian teen porn. Tophia is a very chilling individual when you dive real deep into her past. Now she's been accused of the actions I've mentioned before, but she's also done some things that are just borderline creepy, such as stalking influencers on social media and spamming their comment sections until she gets some sort of recognition. Tophia has also been in the eyes of the public for doing things that could be considered unhygienic and gross. She was once fired from her job at Dunkin' Donuts for poor hygiene, and she's also had numerous live streams where you can see roaches crawling amongst the place, which if you can't manage to get your housing area under control to where there aren't bugs crawling on your wall, I personally wouldn't recommend going live and showing the internet this. But this isn't about her gross walls or nasty antics. This video is going to be about the feud that Nova Online and Tophiachu has had in the past. That also bubbles up here and there whenever the other one is mentioned to them. Now we all know that the big boy Nova Online is a hothead, a real angry bowl of pudding, that if the wrong thing is said to him, by his standards of course, he'll flip a switch and start popping off on people. And I really have noticed this recently, because if you guys follow my TikTok, I'm sure you've noticed that I've been posting a lot of former Nova Online clips and rages, and the way that he's able to be so monotone one second and then flip his shit the next, it's really impressive, I can't lie. So I'm sure it's no shock to anyone that Nova Online managed to start a feud with another lolcow on TikTok. Now how this first started was Nova made a call-out video on Tophia where he said that Tophia was a racist to both Asians and Hispanics, and that he was no longer a fan of hers, which in my opinion, yes, this is a good thing to call out. We as a society should not be platforming people who champion racism or even have it within their content, but this is the wrong messenger. Nova Online, the well-known Discord predator, should not be throwing stones at anyone without understanding and checking himself first. But I digress. This is Nova's call-out video to Tophia about her actions.
Tophia is racist towards Mexicans, and she says horrible stuff about Asians. And Tophia, if you're watching this, I'm calling you out. This is not right.
Now, of course, Tophia did not take these accusations lying down. She went on to addressing them, which sounds really silly when I'm saying this, like a lolcow addressing accusations from another lolcow. It just kind of seems like some Ouroboros shit, where it's like, the snake eating its own tail and it goes on forever, because lolcows coming at each other, it's just silly. Trying to make the other one seem worse, even though they have a laundry list of allegations on their plate, but for some reason they think if they take another creep down, they'll seem better in the eyes of the public. But regardless, this was Tophia's response to Nova's call out.
About Nova.
If we're gonna be real, if we're going to be honest, if we're going to be real, you are 19 following people 10 years younger than you were on TikTok. There's a whole video of you that's going viral on YouTube that someone sent me, right? You was on video call with a 14-year-old. You literally showed minors yourself wearing like a diaper. If we're going to be real, saying that that's your kink, that you enjoy wearing diapers. I mean, you suck on a binky, you do age regression, which I get some people say that it's a trauma thing, but not for him. Comes on the internet, scams people by not completing cameos.
So as you can see, Tophia really reversed the script on Nova right there. She started calling him out for some sick shit that he's been accused for, such as his interest in age regression and his binky enjoyment. Another thing that she called him out for was his cameo scamming, which I'll have to look into a little more deeply because I was actually unaware of this. Now, it's certainly in the ballpark of Nova Online activities because a lot of his requests are just to troll him. Which, quick segue, I know I've said this countless times, but I'm going to say it countless more until we stop funding a predator. Stop buying his shit. Don't buy his Predacords for the meme of it. Don't buy his cameos for the trolling aspect. This directly funds him. Don't do it. But back to Tophia's response. She definitely hit some nails here. The things that she's been talking about have been proven time and time again. Like the video of him on Discord with an underage girl. You know, we all know that Twinkle Twinkle Little Star video. So the things she shot back with had some real weight to it. Now, Nova had a couple responses to this. He would make 2 TikTok videos. One of the videos was kind of weak. You know, it was just an attempt at owning her, but he doesn't really address anything she said and clap back at all. Like, you know, have like a real lolcow battle. But the video he posted after that, which is a very well-known video, is the one where he makes a Tophia mocktail. Which, if you know anything about Nova lore, he used to be up in that fucking kitchen making mocktails. Which, of course, he had his drink caffeine responsibly sign. But he made a Tophia mocktail, which definitely sent some shots back her way.
That is shit! Welcome to a brand new episode of Fat BITCH disease, aka type 3 diabetes. Alright, so we're gonna start off this mocktail with a little bit of disrespect towards Mama Chew and Brother Chew, a hint of racism and then saying it's not racist, a touch of framing shit on MG and I to cover up what she did, and a touch of this up here. Let's take a moment to admire that this looks exactly like swamp water. Alright, and there you have it. Tophia's potion that she has tried. Let's try it out. Cheers. I'm gonna regret this.
So as you can see, Nova got his little get back there. He showed Tophia by making her famous mocktail, but switching all the ingredients for call-outs instead, because that's generally all Nova had going on in his life. It was literally just to whine about Tophia, and vice versa. Tophia was also soaking in all of this attention by complaining on TikTok lives that Nova's making another video on me. And for a solid period of time, these 2 goofballs just kept sending wet noodle internet punches at each other, with no end in sight. But Tophia did address Nova's mocktail video in another TikTok live.
Anyways, and then you got Nova, right? Nova, made that whole video with the drink, making a mock drink about me and thinking that he dragged me. You didn't drag anyone. You should be dragging your uncle, who's racist and also transphobic, because I remember the post that your uncle posted during that I found out during Black History Month, where he said, if people are offended by this, which was the Confederate flag, then I'm offended by this, which was a picture of a bunch of young black men standing together with their pants sagging and saying that he's offended by that. And it was a very racist post. And then come to find out, somebody in the Discord said that your uncle is also transphobic. Raged, you said nobody talks about, because this is Nova. He rages like he rages, right? He gets angry all the time. Okay, I guess I don't mess with your uncle, because I wouldn't. He's racist. But the fact that you came to the defense of your racist uncle on Black History Month says everything I need to know about you and your family. You are racist. The only reason why, and people say, oh, she loves to play the race card all the time. She loves to play. I don't need a white person, a white man like Nova telling me that I'm racist when I can't be, because I'm black and I'm a minority. So thank you. I don't need someone telling me about what I can and cannot be, considering that he defends his racist uncle. So,
a lot of what Tophia was saying was pretty on track for who Nova is as a person, especially back then when this feud was popping. But Tophia really needs to understand what she's saying too. The amount of videos I've seen of her dropping slurs and calling people racist and derogatory words, she has no room to try and be delivering this message. As I previously stated with Nova, he had the right message, but he was the wrong messenger. Tophia is the same way. She has no room to speak on any of this with what her behavior is. This is what I mean by saying the stupidity of having 2 lolcows beef with each other. We have seen it time and time again, and a lot of this centers around Nova. But we have instances like Nova picking fights with Jupiter and picking fights with Mario Lord. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard the phrase, pick on someone your own size, which Nova is doing very well throughout his TikTok journey. He lives to start beef with other degenerate lolcow creators. So with Nova and Tophia just constantly sending pathetic shots at each other with a crowd of people watching how dumb they look, I don't know what either of them serve to gain from this. Attention farming maybe? I don't don't know. It just seems really silly looking back on it. These two would continue throwing shots at one another, and from going back into previous Nova YouTube streams, and by the way, those are so fucking boring, I watched them just seeing what could be funny and what y'all want to see from it, and 95% of the time, it's just him breathing heavily into the microphone, or just being AFK from streams. Jesus, they're so bad. But besides that, these two would continue throwing shots at each other back and forth as their feud continued. Nova would be on his streams ranting about how Tophia is talking about him, and I actually have a clip from one of his streams where he rages about Tophia when she's on live talking about him. He's saying he wants to sue her and give her a taste of reality, and even saying that he's going to start a GoFundMe to gather the funds in order to sue her. And I don't know about y'all, but I would sooner throw a $1 bill at a telephone pole to see what happens than give Nova a single cent. This clip is quite funny though. It's just him generally losing his mind and saying how much he hates Tophia.
I'm pulling up Tophia's live. I can't wait to hear her bitch. I'm literally about to go down to Albuquerque and kick her fucking ass. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of the defaming. Let's go on to my live account and see what she's bitching about. Tophia talking about Nova. If you thought some of my trolls were bad, Tophia's worse. She literally told all her haters to take the hate that she gets over to me. Because she's saying she doesn't deserve it. Excuse me, bitch! You're the one that's watching Asian teen corn and being a legit P-file. I'm going to when I get the funds. I should probably start a GoFundMe or something to sue her. She deserves... Like, I want to give Tophia Slidell a taste of her own medicine. I want to give her a taste of reality.
Tophia gets Nova all riled up. Man, he gets steaming. You could probably harvest his rage and make it into an actual fuel source. But again, these two would continue to go at it back and forth. Tophia would actually start posting Instagram stories along with her TikTok stream rants about Nova, calling out Nova for wearing diapers and the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star video, and also referencing Nova's uncle for the post he made in regards to the Confederate flag. There would also be many Instagram stories posted by Tophia in response to his threats to sue her, saying that the police should actually investigate him because of his interactions with underage people. So these two were just going back and forth at each other, really resulting in nothing. Nothing happened from these two beefing with each other. No one got in trouble for their actions, whether it be legal or on their TikTok. Nova did get his original TikTok hacked, but this wasn't any action made from TikTok themselves. So basically, it was a dumb, pointless feud, and they both ended up looking more ridiculous than when it started. But that is all I got for you guys today. Nova and Tophia, a match made in a Discord brony server. These two creepy locales both have a very scary history to them, and the fact that they beefed with each other just makes them look real silly. Thank you guys once again for tuning into another Nova Online video. This is a topic that I wanted to cover for a while, because this was right around the time when I first was introduced to the Novine universe. So I hope you guys enjoyed it once again. Leave a comment down below about how Nova makes you feel, and drop a big left click on that like button. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll catch you next time. Deuces.